devastating effect of the COVID-19 pandemic, according to Guta, can only come through diligence and hard work, as well as adoption of innovative measures. The figure of 265.39 million Ghana cedis is above the 2021 target that was 57.55 billion Ghana cedis. The GRA said the performance presents a growth rate of 26.3% over and above that of 2022 revenue, owing to the positive turn of event. The domestic tax revenue division collected 41.3 billion Ghana cedis, and this performance is an improvement of 25.6% over the 2022 revenue performance. Similarly, the customs division collected an amount of 16.8 billion Ghana cedis, representing 26.8% over the 2020 performance. According to Guta, the GRA's effective monitoring mechanisms and ability to plug loopholes, Guta has therefore commended the board, management and staff of GRA for a good job done and urged them to keep it up. If you just joined us, you're listening to Maritime and Port News. Director of Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISA, at the University of Ghana, Professor Peter Korte, has called on government to be firm in making a decision on the benchmark policy that will favor and support local manufacturers rather than give advantage to importers. His comments come after the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, expressed vehement opposition to the decision of government to reverse the up to 50% benchmark value applied on the importation of some product, which was primarily aimed at reducing the duties importers pay in order to increase the volume of goods that come through the country's port. The professor is of the opinion that the issue must be discussed based on data and how it has impacted the economy so far, especially on local production, as he thinks domestic production must be prioritized over importation. Speaking to the media, he said, with the African Continental Free Trade Area, if imported products from Europe and Asia become cheaper, then what is produced on the continent will not be useful for the Continental Free Trade's agenda. Mediterranean Shipping Company MSC, the world's largest container line, has hit out at the baseless complaint made by an American deco manufacturer in a long-running spate. Splash reported last August Pennsylvania-based MSC, a furniture shipping, had filed a $600,000 lawsuit with the Federal Maritime Commission, FMC, against MSC and China's COSCO, claiming the pair had repeatedly contravened terms of U.S. Shipping Act. The MSC said at the time carriers had unjustly and unreasonably exploited customers and had colluded to manipulate the market. While COSCO reached a private settlement with MSC, Geneva-based MSC has rubbished the claim made against it. Officials suggested that if the liner had seen error by MSC in fulfilling the contract, the company would have resolved the matter by now. However, more than 5 months after MSC filed its complaint, the American company has still not provided any information that shows MSC to have breached its service contract. An earlier allegation of liners working together was already withdrawn. Antitrust authorities around the world have been looking at liners carefully over the past 18 months, scrutinizing the nature of global alliance and questioning whether they exert too much control on the main trade lanes. Earlier this month, the British International Freight Association called the UK government to investigate distorted market conditions within the global container shipping market. Regulators from the US, the EU, and China met in September and determined there was so far no evidence of anti-competition behavior in container shipping. In the US, A bipartisan bill that passed in the House last year aims to reform U.S. shipping laws and give the FMC far greater powers. Meanwhile, in 2021, container shipping recorded its greatest ever profit, while at the same time presiding over the worst schedule reliability in the history of the industry. Early indications suggest 2022 is on course to surpass last year's record liner earnings. So on this note, to wrap up this morning's edition of Maritime and Port News. Maritime and Port News is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide you with the best in all your shipping solutions. Contact the Mother Shippers House in Accra. You can also watch more Maritime and Port News on YouTube on Omanfm. Follow me, Nanesi Boateng, on Instagram and on Facebook. My name is Nanesi Boateng, my producer, Kwekwa Boateng. Have a great day.
Go. Wake up to a fresh morning. National Agenda, your #1 morning show.
Wisdom. No, my imagine is see.